Goulburn City lies approximately 2.5 hours on, a 2.5 hour train journey, for instance, on one of our more modern trains from Sydney in a southwest direction. And the city itself is worth seeing. I think it's got a lot of beautiful, elegant old houses, for instance, around its suburbs and streets, and there's a magnificent lookout up in the hills above it. And even further west from Goulburn City is a very historic homestead called Kipperlaw, and even further past Kipperlaw is a beautiful property, a fabulous property called Billabong, which is the homestead home of the Holmes family, to whom I'm related. And as luck would have it, I've been invited to Piper May's Holmes' 21st birthday party because I'm related to the Holmes. So come with me, and we will attend Piper May Holmes' 21st birthday party at the homestead of the Holmes in Billabong in Parksmore.
She's put the thing about she's pretty.
featuring again. Oh yeah, I can do that. I've done it. I've taken a photo. Yeah, it's a video. There's a video camera. It's high resolution video camera.
Guess I knew why. Often it's hard to just see your signature now. I was unused to
I've got 7 days on board, 24 hours.
There's a few little speeches. And thanks very much for coming along and joining us on our beautiful, chilly southern tablelands. You know, fire in the hearth, bloody great fire up the back evening, 30 degrees, sorry about that. And those few of you who are smokers, please don't light that bloody big bonfire because I'll be the dickhead in the area that started the conflagration of 2017. So I'm sorry about it, but that's the way it is. But hey, let's look at it, it's good drinking weather. To more serious things, I've only just learnt recently that both Cindy and I carry a recessive gene, the MC1R gene. Now we've set up a GoFundMe page to help us deal with this problem. So if you'd like to donate to that to help us deal with this gene, then feel free. apparently to have a redhead child, you've got to have this gene in the family. And that's why we're here celebrating our little mutation. Only 1 to 2% of the whole world's population are redheads. Unless you happen to live in Scotland where it jumps to 13%. Did you feel at home in Scotland?
Yeah.
Ginge, did you go to Scotland? Did you feel at home? Yeah. So there you go. Denmark. It's considered an honour to have a redhead child. In the Netherlands, they have a day of the redheads. So you can see why we think our little girl is pretty precious. Now, the normal stereotypes that pertain to redheads don't necessarily flow onto Piper. The Nazis thought that they were evil and satanic. In the Middle Ages, redheads were thought to be witches, and each one of their freckles was supposed to be a soul that they'd stolen. A lot of freckles there. Hot hair, hot temper. I don't know. Maybe when the boys are around, it might go up a bit. But really, mostly what I associate with Piper are a few sort of single words: loving, loyal, intelligent, independent, sometimes a little bit too independent, and I hope to most of you, a friend, and a good friend. Since Piper's birth, well, since the moment she was born and her mother started crying, she was convinced she was going to have 3 boys. It didn't happen that way. And I looked and I said, I'm telling you, it's a girl. Since that moment, Piper's really been an easy baby, an easy toddler, an easy child. And the boys did as well, but Piper took to, thanks to help from their mother, took to walking, talking, reading very easily. And Piper carried that right through her schooling, through primary school and senior school, and it showed in her public speaking. She's very good at that, and it followed right through to her becoming school captain at one of our local schools, for which we're very proud. Sporting wise, Piper was always keen on the netball. She represented Goulburn, and she also joined junior Goulburn rugby. And on a Friday evening in the frost, she'd put the headgear and the mouse guard on, chase the ball around like a bees after a honey pot like the rest of the kids. But at least in this family, she has a prodigious rugby knowledge, and that's a big thing. Claire and Isabel. They're getting there. She's carried through from school with her independence and going on a gap year, which probably many of you have done, probably most of you have done, and it was a fantastic thing. And thanks very much to the posse, James, Jim and Johnny. The 4 of them were in the same school in England, and we were lucky enough to go over and visit them, and it was they were in a fantastic area. It was a great school, and they're a great bunch, and it's really nice to see you all here tonight, so thanks for coming. Good on you. And the rest of you, of course. But, anyway, she always wanted to go to college, always wanted to go to university, applied, got into it, seems to be having a whale of a time, seems to be getting the results in most of the subjects from what we see, what little we hear. Most of the stories I hear, it's much like our college days, so good on you. What goes on tour stays on tour. And she's following that through with her persistence to get an exchange in a university in Lyon, which is fantastic, because we thought we'd run out of children to go and visit in Europe. Now she's going again. Gives us an excuse to nick off again next year, so good on you, Pip. So 21st, it's a big event. Bigger than the 18th, 18, yeah, big deal, I can drive, I can drink, we've all done that, yeah, fantastic, but now you're an adult. Things are getting a bit serious. It's not like a kid's birthday party anymore where there are lots of presents, but, no jelly oranges and all the fancy stuff we used to put on when you were a kid. Although I did go to a kid's birthday party recently. It was a an ISIS party actually. The musical chairs were a bit slow, but fucking me, the pass the parcel was quick. Promised myself one dad joke. Anyway, we always have been, we are, and we always will be very proud of you, Pip. And your mother and I love you. And happy birthday.
I think next I'll ask my brothers to speak. Most of you have probably met them.
Well, that just leads on perfectly. It's the reason for her success. So, I think we've known Piper most of her life. Safe to say, you've become almost like a sister to us. And we both remember the first time we met you. I remember walking in, I said,
It's a double up.
"G'day, mate. I'm your brother, Tyne." And you said nothing, which I thought was pretty rude. I remember walking in, Mum was there, like Dad said, crying. Dad was there. Cindy, it's okay, it's okay. And I said, "Mum, what's wrong?" She held Piper out. "I've lost the receipt and they won't let me give her back." From that point on, Tyne and I got together. It's going to be an uphill battle from here, isn't it, for Piper? So we made a pact. We did make a pact, and Mum and Dad, sorry, but from that day forth, we decided to lower the bar. To let Piper shine. So
You did a bloody good job.
So we've got a few examples. First of all, we all went through school. We got to the end of school, and it was all part of the plan. I didn't become school captain. Tyne didn't become school captain. Piper, did you become school captain? You did. Was that a coincidence, Tyne? No. So we went on a gap year. I had an alright time. Tell us about yours. Enough in the crowd, obviously. I only lasted 2 months on my gap year. Pip, you went on to have a fantastic time. Met the posse over there. I'm down. Even a fellow Carrot Top. Didn't step out of line once. There's a pattern emerging here. Kale and I setting the scene for Piper. We went to college, had a good time. I had a good time at John's, a few failed subjects. Engineering was quite hard. Tyne. I didn't even make it into John's. And failed a couple of subjects. Then Piper, you failed one subject and Mum and Dad are having a party. Celebrating. It's the whole thing. That's right. I think this is all part of the elaborate plan. All part. So finally, Mum and Dad don't think we've got any culture. You sit there, you pretend to know French, you feel I reckon we could have easily learned a language. Pip, we could have easily learned 4 or 5 languages. But I guess we just had to let you shine. But tonight it's the 21st, so we're sorry to say we've got to stop the charade. You're an adult now, but I think we've done our job. Yeah. You turned out to be a wonderful woman. You excel in everything you do. We're very proud of you, and we love you. Happy birthday! Yay!
Feeling a bit chuffed at the I'm going to write ours down. Alrighty, so hopefully most of you know, Pip did a gap year. It seems to be a bit of a tradition in the Holmes family Time would know most about that out of everybody here. So Pips and I met at Heathrow Airport in London, our very first day of our gap year, in a little small town called Oakham, which is kind of near Leicester. We like to let people know it was near London, but if you missed the train, it was a good 3 hours. When we first met each other, I don't know if you remember this too well, but we flipped a coin to see who would get the better room. And Pip, because she's the giving person that we all know she is, promised that even if she got it, she would give me the room halfway through the year. So yes, she got the room. I never got it. Over the course of the next 12 months, Pip became not only a doctor, financial advisor, mum, lender of money, but also a best friend. We adopted a rabbit, travelled together around Europe, convinced many people we were related, became extremely invested in multiple Netflix characters, walked many dogs, consumed too much alcohol, and missed a couple of flights. Pips and I became so in sync when it got to the point where at lunchtimes, one of us would grab the cutlery and the other would grab water without any communication. It was quite efficient teamwork. Sorry, boys. No, the boys weren't involved. One of my all-time favourite memories with you, Pips, would have to be our trip to Turkey. Kicking off the trip, we missed our flight with a bang. So we spent 20 hours at Gatwick.
Oh, riveting.
Probably the worst night of my life.
This is so I've never had a better sleep in my life.
And yes, we had to also buy new plane tickets. About a week into the trip, we decided to go camel riding. A good 5 minutes into our Turkish camel experience, Pip started to experience some severe groin pain. It turned out that camel riding is a much more vigorous sport than initially anticipated. And Pips limped around Turkey for the remaining 2 weeks of our trip. Pips, you easily take the cake as the most sarcastic and hilarious person in the room, and also the most loyal and loving. The amount of people here tonight are a testament to that. And thank you, Cindy and Nick, for that. Happy birthday. Love you.
Okay, hello to everyone I haven't met yet. I'm Gab and I'm at St John's College with Pip. We're neighbours. So we've only known each other for just under 2 years, but living in each other's pockets and being in each other's company every day for almost these 2 years has given me great insight into all the idiosyncrasies of Pip. I have a very distinct memory of my first encounter with Pip. Amongst the turmoil of our orientation week last year, bundled together with 100 new, fresh-faced, excited, incredibly nervous school leavers and gap year returners, I remember the very moment I decided I was going to be friends with Pip. By the Wednesday of a ferociously hot week, no one took quite to the sun like Piper. Her skin, now as red as her hair, was unmissable in the crowd. And our O-Week leaders decided she needed some sun safety tips. And so she was drenched with sunscreen, dripping all over her, through her hair, right down to her toes. Paired with swimming goggles, which she was instructed not to take off for the rest of the day, she led the way to the afternoon pool party at Wesley College. That was the moment. As I watched as a nervous onlooker, this red-headed, severely sunburnt girl wearing swimming goggles dripping in sun cream, kind of resembling a strawberries and cream lolly, head banging and dancing without a care in the world, that I knew we were going to become good friends. I have many great memories with Pip, and we could be here all night, and I've only known her 18 months. We share a great love of sport, literature, and history, travelling, coffee, and wine. All the ingredients of a solid friendship, I'd say. She's in fact one of the founding members of Red-Ons, a highly exclusive club at college where we sit in a room after a night out, drink cheap red wine that we've stolen from the dining hall, and talk until the early hours of the morning. Pip is one of the most caring and kind-hearted people I've met. She speaks so highly of the people she loves. I've heard great stories of her brothers and her parents. I've only met them a few times, but feel as I'm always part of the family. I've heard fantastic stories of all her friends, and it's so nice to be in her house to be able to put faces to names. as Ginger and I finally had the opportunity of meeting properly last night at the formal, I saw that nothing gives Pip more happiness than seeing the people she loves mingling and having a good time. In these last 18 months, Pip has been my most stable friend, the one who I ask for advice when I want an honest opinion. She is the kind of friend who would come to the pub and watch the league grand final with me, despite being disillusioned that rugby is still the greatest sport. Perhaps after netball, which is something we can both agree on. I know next year she will thrive in Lyon whilst on exchange, despite the fact that I'll miss her immensely. I'm so incredibly excited for her to be in her element. Pip, I know you're a great avid lover of Jane Austen, so I'll leave you with this quote from the woman herself. There is a stubbornness about me that never can bear to be frightened at the will of others. My courage always rises at every attempt to intimidate me. Happy birthday. We kind of finish off in traditional college style, which is a bit of a special chant. So here's to Pip. She's a bastard, so they say. Try to go ahead, but she went the other way. She went down, 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 down.
Mick's got the right idea.
Well, I think that. Well, you can hold my hand. This is my very old friend Eliza. We've been friends since we were born.
Congratulations, my best friend, Piper Holmes. I wish Harry a 21st. I always love you. I am only oldest best friend for 20 years. I heard is your boy girl is engaged. I am so proud of you, and you're moving 2 years with me. And always love you, old best friend Eliza Hall.
Yay!
That's been so strong the whole time.
That's her boyfriend just there.
Well, that just leaves me. I'm so chuffed at how many people came tonight. It's really so nerve-wracking when you're organising something like this and you think, what if it's just me and my family sitting around with way too many beers and way too much champagne. But if you've met my family, that's not really an issue. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming with the fires and the total fire ban and everything. It's just been a whirlwind to get here, and it's amazing that you all did. I'm really, really thankful. To my parents, they made this whole thing happen, and I'm sure you can agree, the food, the drink, the location is beautiful, and it's all down to them, so they really deserve a cheers or a hip hip hooray or something. My family that spoke, my mates, it's really nice. I'm gonna cry if I talk. Thank you all for coming. Let's dance the whole night. Let's have a few more bubblies. And I just can't say thank you enough. I'm really quite chuffed. Let's get this.
Let's get it back and do.
is the earth moving round the sun, floating in the vacuum with no purpose, not a one. Why in the night sky are the lights hung? Why is life made only for the end? Why do I do all this waiting? Why this frightened part of me that's fated to pretend? Why is life made only for the end? Face the fortune and the bar. I heard you on the radio, I couldn't help but smile. In the city only for a while.